New tonight, an import tax on tomatoes from Mexico is now in place, and it may cost you some more at the grocery store, but we're hearing from growers in East Tennessee saying if you buy local, that's what they're counting on. 10 News reporter Sarah Ottman spoke to a couple of growers, and you're explaining to us tonight about why they are happy about these new tariffs.
Yeah, John, I spoke with two Granger County farmers who say they're in support of the tariffs, though they don't predict it will change much for them. They say in Tennessee, homegrown tomatoes still stock the shelves during tomato season. It's just that off season where tariffs could affect the consumer. The U.S. has slapped a 17% duty on tomatoes grown in Mexico, a move meant to support American farmers.
As far as the tomatoes go, then there needs to be a tariff. There really do.
But here in East Tennessee, local growers say the impact will be minimal, at least for now.
And once we get into Tennessee tomatoes, then you're not going to see much other shipped tomatoes that come in here.
Steve Longmire has been growing tomatoes his whole life in Granger County. He says even with global trade in the mix, the demand for locally grown remains strong.
Tariff and no tariff, our tomatoes are going to sell.
Luke Stratton with Stratton Farms agrees. He says tariffs will even out the playing field.
We have a lot more money in our product, so therefore, it's hard to compete and it can drop our prices because of having produce sent from foreign countries.
Mexico supplies around 70% of the U.S. tomato market, but Stratton says in Tennessee that's mostly during the off-season.
Late October, November, December, January, that's when I feel, my opinion, that the tariffs will come into play, and I think, the people will see an increase.
Both farmers say the bigger challenge has been rising costs for seeds, fuel, and fertilizer, not foreign competition.
Work hard at striving to not go up on the price, because we don't want to pass anything over to the consumer unless we have to.
Supporters of the tariffs say the import tax will help rebuild the shrinking U.S. tomato industry and ensure that produce eaten in the U.S. is also grown there. John.
Sarah Ottman on that story. Thank you, Sarah.